Hi, I'm Mariko Gifford with Moringa for Life, and I'm going to be taking you on a little tour of the Moringa Sanctuary where I am right now. This is the location where I began my Moringa journey 24 years ago. We returned here 2.5 years ago now, and have really created this amazing space filled with moringa and foods planted in the ground, food waiting to be planted. There's permaculture and food forest principles here. We're working with soil biology every day. It's really a remarkable place, and we've now called it the Moringa Sanctuary because it has such elevated energy here now. And so I want to show you what my life is like. I wake up every day and I get to walk out into this incredible place. And this is where we will be having our in-person course this year in September 2022. We haven't been able to do this for 2 years, so we really miss it. We're doing a lot of preparations. There's a lot of constructing and projects that need to get done between now and then. There's a little construction site on the top. We have an upper and lower area here, so I will take a little bit of a peek at the upper area, but not fully, because it's kind of a danger zone right now, but all in preparation for our students who will arrive. Maybe it will be you. So here's your preview into the Moringa Sanctuary. We enter here, and in reverence to the garden, we greet it every morning. We bow, or we say a prayer or a blessing, just in gratitude for the abundance and bounty of nature. You can see we have this incredible chard that's just been giving and giving since we planted it. And these are some of the plants waiting to go in. There's a chestnut and aronia and Concord grape. There's a bear's lime, more Concord grape. So it means a grape arbor somewhere is in our future. This is to the right of that entrance. So you can see a lot of food waiting to get planted. We have bush bean and Thai eggplant and black beauty eggplant, and behind there is this this is Japanese black indigo corn, and we had potatoes, and I just harvested lots of garlic there. And when I back up, you can see this amazing avocado. This already has at least 100 new avocado babies for next year. We have several avocado trees planted, and they're small. This we planted since we've arrived, but you can see we just have beauty everywhere. There's so many plants and flowers, and this is my life. Here, walking in the other direction, you can see all this food. I also harvested some garlic here. There's a lemon tree, and these are plants waiting to get in. This Johnny Jump Up flowers and radicchio, Charente melon. Here there's tree basil, and that's a Chilean nut similar to macadamia nut. There's a loquat. There's lots of plants, flowering plants, fragrant plants. There's a dwarf navel right here. We've already harvested some of our oranges there. And this is right onto the left side of where I entered. A lot of plumeria. This is where we had a functioning fountain, and we had to switch it to producing food because the fountain part failed in some way. So there's Thai basil, and that's currant in the front there. There's parsley. There's Japanese parsley waiting to go in. And then this monster plant, called cashmere, and I got this as a 2-inch plant, and I transplanted a little bit of this, and it just loves this spot. It's just highly fragrant. It's just this beautiful lush plant here, and we just love coming and smelling that. It's incredible. There's a lot of bees and hummingbirds are coming there. And this, as we walk through, you can see chard has fallen there. We have mint that's just totally taken over. Loves it here. There's some Japanese mustard right here in the front. This is chufa. This is like ground or tiger nut, so it's nitrogen fixing. Here we have zucchini in the background there, and up above there's plumeria and gladiolas. It's 1,000 kale. We have just abundant amount of 1,000 kale up there. And there's right here in the middle is a new tree for us, almond. We have 2 almond trees planted now. And that's this huge amount of 1,000 kale. In the background is Christmas lima bean. It's a red and white lima bean. And then further back there's moringa that I just harvested down. All those sticks you see, those are all moringa trees that I harvested down, cut them back, harvested all the pods. And then behind is some bamboo. We have these pots here that we have a lot of onion and leeks in. We have gophers here, so we're protecting our root crops. And right here is the moringa mother tree. I'll walk and see if you can see it with the blue in the background. It is just filled with seed pods. So when I harvested this upper area of seed pods, I left this one so I can harvest the moringa mother tree by itself. And then I know these are all the seed pods from that mother tree. More 1,000 kale. It just loves it here. That's about 10 feet tall, this 1,000 kale. It's just quite prolific. Cannot eat enough 1,000 kale. And this then heads us toward the lower area, really where I consider the sanctuary to be. It's once I enter this area, it's so enlivening and at the same time calming and beautiful. These are the steps that go up to that upper area I was talking about, so we will go up. These are mulberry, they're dwarf mulberries. There's 2 side by side, and we've been harvesting, eating mulberries, just feasting on them. It's a tiny mulberry, but very flavorful. And here this is filled with moringa, or pots where the moringa cuttings will go into. These are headed down to the lower area. And these more containers there of food. There's more Christmas bean. And right here is the moringa mother tree that we transplanted. It was a miracle upon miracle that this could be done. And I have a video just on the whole process that we went through. And it's beautiful. You see that because it's all cut back, it's all leafing out. As opposed to the other moringa mother tree you just saw, has nearly no leaf at all. And these plants in the background there, those I cut down and harvested the seed pod, and all of that is coming up and leafing out. And back there are the plants. These are cuttings and root transplants that we will actually move to the lower area. There's an avocado we had to transplant. That's a Haas avocado. And that's the back side of the meditation room, which is under construction. I mean, it's constructed. We're doing the final touches of that. That was my lab room at the other property, and my husband deconstructed it and reconstructed it here. And now it's just incredible. Here's the entrance to this lower garden. On either side, this is this beautiful and very fragrant leaf. It's Mexican marigold, which also blooms. Just the whole length of this will bloom. And this is how I enter, with a lot of gratitude to see the abundance. A lot of things in pots that we transplanted that still need to go in the ground here. There's lemongrass, and this is pink lady, which is also a fragrant flower. And this is the bamboo stand that you saw. This over here is the sauna and outside shower. We'll walk into there in a minute, but that's also a place for flowers and food to grow up. Every vertical surface we are going to be using. You can see this is just all moringa trees that we will harvest down and make cuttings. They're just tall and beautiful. These are from last season. This lower area we have only harvested some of the seed pods, not all of them. And here we have galangal root, or galangal, This is a dwarf banana waiting to go in the ground. This is the back side of the sauna, and it converts to the drying room when we need it to. Over here is the outside shower right there. So when you come out of the sauna, we have this outside shower, a little sitting area, and this is all amazing. Now here's another stand of bamboo, which has a cutaway for stairs. So here's two sides of this stand of bamboo. So behind me is the sauna. We selected a paint, and I had such fun painting it. I have a little mosaic I did. A lot of creativity that I tried to have along the way. A little water fountain. We have a water effect at night. It's really incredible. And when you turn around from the door of this, it faces the door of the meditation room. And that will also have its own embellishment with tile or mosaic or some creative thing. Back into the lower area, a lot of food and fragrant flowers. This is champala, fragrant flower. In the background is this absolutely enormous pozo sage. I've never seen them this big. They grow. It's a native, and it grows in desert areas, and I always see it like 2 or 3 feet in diameter and a few feet tall. So I spaced these incorrectly because it's totally taking over the sage on this side and the pocket sage on the other side, which is holding its own right there. Has little pockets. We have lemon verbena. There's a zapote fruit there, Asteraceae flower, and it's over there is going to put all of those plants from the upper area. This is the moringa just cut down recently, harvested the pod. Here we have Indian coleus that was transplanted. And you can see at the base of these moringa trees, these have been harvested many times. We'll harvest it again, cut these, and make cuttings out of all of these. So this one tree has made many, many other trees. You can see it just towering over us, which will change when we cut it down. It'll be a different feel here. So along this path, you can see a lot of food. There's squash, there's cucumber, potatoes are in this one. Another moringa tree, also ready to have cuttings made. Cuttings from last year that are leafing out with onion at the base. The coleus on the back side, more moringa tree. Here, this is curry leaf transplanted. Here's more moringa. So you see there's a pattern here. These moringa trees look like this. Here we have chard growing, and all of this is strawberry, cucumber. This is Persian cucumber. This is a black and white lima bean at the base, and you'll see these beans are planted in a lot of the base of moringa trees for the nitrogen fixing. So when we come around, that's the path we just came through. This is a apricot tree waiting to go in. Now this is the back side here. There's a little bamboo wall. And then this takes us to where the compost area is. That's a compost pile. These is materials waiting to be composted. And that's the back side of the strawberry. Behind that bamboo wall is a little walkway that takes us here. This is Suriname cherry and elderberry. It's a variegated elderberry there. That's jasmine on the fence line. More jasmine. There's a white peach here, and this vine that you'll see growing everywhere is called hoshawu, or foti, which is a Chinese herb, a longevity herb. That means it's called everlasting or long life. This is a pineapple guava. It's a little trellis that we use to cover this bamboo or this avocado. This is a fuerte avocado we had to transplant, and it all came back so far. It's looking good. And then this walks us down another pathway. There you have Fuji apple, a green fig. Let's see, let's go this way. So there's pomegranate, more moringa. So you can see this is all towering moringa right now. And we're just barely starting the growing season. This is a raised bed. On the right, on the left here, we've planted blackberry, boysenberry, soybean, and then there's red noodle bean here. That's the end of some corn we planted. And this plant, it's called wild lettuce. It's one of our favorite plants here. It is a pain reliever. So you see when you cut that and there's milk there, you can put that on any wound or muscle or arthritis, and it relieves pain. So this is, most people see it as a weed and they would cut it out of their garden, but we love it because it's such an amazing plant. And here is arugula, and then here on my right is the raised bed we have, and that's sunchoke. Just harvested garlic out of here. But we have asparagus and beets and celery there, and sweet potato, onions. We harvested a lot of beets out of here, and this huge plant there that's called broccoli leaf. And right next to us here, more moringa trees, and fig trees. And this there is the back side again of the sauna. So we'll come around this side. I'll point out this is purple barley right there, and red orris is starting up. And here's the sitting area. This is that stand of bamboo and the sitting area, and you can see there's that upper part. There's a plum tree there. There's a lot of construction and lumber up there. This is where to sit under the bamboo and rest and relax and take in the day or spend the morning. We have this luxurious place to enjoy. This is a volunteer. It is an absolutely enormous and stunning sunflower tree. The leaves are absolutely huge, and every place a leaf comes out, a flower stalk comes out, and it's just amazing. And a bird planted this. One day it started growing, and we said, well, let it grow. Here it comes. This is something that we had to plant in. It's called Vitex, pot there. And then plumeria, lots of plumeria, trumpet, more moringa. This is now on the far side of the property, of the lower yard. That's a peach. And then we have another peach. So there's that Fuji apple, and another peach there. And there's another wall of bamboo, and I have sweet pea growing up that, and canna lily. We just have a wall, this beautiful tall, that's just like 6 and 8 feet tall canna lily back there. Just loves it here. And at the base of these two trees are berries, blackberries, and around this one is blueberries. And this blackberry was from the next door neighbor, the original man Charlie, who lived here when we first came. And I used to have it trained all along this fence line because it was coming from his yard, and my kids would stand there and just eat. And they'd come in and they'd be completely purple from their mouth all the way down the front and hands, and it's just so many life memories. So we're coming to the top corner, the back corner. This is a tree tipuana. Most people call it tipu, and this is a nitrogen fixing. So the root of this is going to be feeding the roots around it. This is a pink lady apple, and this is the end of one of our tomatoes. This tomato at the end here is being taken over by passion fruit. This is a plum tree transplant that didn't make it. And there's another volunteer sunflower, but a mammoth sunflower in the middle of the walkway. Again, another stand of bamboo that's just towering over us, just creating this beautiful elevated feel here. and an oak tree there. I'm not going to go up there, but I'll show you so you can have a before and after. That will be an amazing, beautiful outdoor kitchen, outdoor bathroom and shower. All that lumber is waiting to be made into a beautiful structure. That will be our classroom, the outside classroom for the in-person course. So I wanted to show you what I see out my kitchen window. Here's Moringa towering. This huge pozo sage is filling the space with color, and hummingbirds love it, bees love it. It's fragrant, the leaf is fragrant, the flower is fragrant and beautiful. And here's this incredible landscape, just abundant and beautiful, thriving all together. That's what I look out my kitchen window every morning. This is a little bit of the upper area. This is last but not least. These are new arrivals. They've been here since they were 2 days old. These are 3 different types of chicks. Well, 2 types. One has 2 colors. Buff Orpington is the golden, lavender Orpington, and in the very back it's called green leggers, who always kind of hang together in the background. They're in what we call a chicken tractor. So this has an end that opens, and this can be laid over a bed or an area where you've harvested and you want the chickens to fertilize it and pick all the seeds and weeds and everything. They'll clean it right up. Right there they have corn that we put in there. And this is where they are living now until my husband builds them a hutch, which will be on that side next to the back side of the meditation room there. So this is the path that goes down into that whole area. Here's more moringa. This is what I had harvested, all the seed pods. This is that Christmas bean, which is everywhere. There's another almond. This we've had to take this up because it's just enormous and just thriving, and it's taken over some of the moringa trees. But this is the back side, and lots of food here. Here's that 1000 kale, that's just amazing. This is a red Russian kale. So lots of food. We could live off of this food for quite a long time and be totally happy. Onions and beans, and you see that area back there. It'll be a chicken hutch with a chicken run, and then the classroom. So all of this is getting ready for our people to come in September 2022. This is the Moringa mother tree, majestically looking over this whole space and creating this sanctuary. I hope you enjoyed this little tour. I'm standing in front of this beautiful Moringa mother tree that we transplanted. She also joins in and makes this a completely an amazing, magical place. The miracles that happen every day, and they happen in our heart because we are nurturing and caring for these plants, these trees, this food that then nourishes us. I hope you can make it here someday. I would love to share this space with you.